Is the weather as perfect as everybody says it is here in Southwest Florida? Today we're going to talk about it. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. I do intersperse things throughout the week, so if you're interested, please subscribe. Today we're going to talk about the weather, and this is on my mind a lot lately because if you are actually in Southwest Florida right now, you know we are having one of the worst winters I can remember. I have been complaining to everyone, and everyone seems to be on the same page, all the locals. What is going on this winter? I'm going to talk about what's typical, what you need to know as homeowners as far as how the weather affects your home. Then I'm going to probably complain at some point about the weather this year because it has not been great. Let's start with typical weather, what we have here in Florida. Now, we do have seasons. They're just not exactly fall, winter, spring. We think of it as wet and dry season. Dry season is now typically, although it has been raining nonstop, dry season is December through May or June, and then June through the end of November is wet season. That's also hurricane season. Does not mean we get hit by a hurricane every year. It's just when hurricanes are most likely to hit. I don't know of them ever hitting at least the state of Florida in other months. We think of it as wet season. How wet season works around here is it is hot all day, and then around somewhere between 4 and 5:30, it will pour rain. A lot of times when you see those internet memes with the palm trees blowing and the really dark skies, that is actually only a half an hour or so in the afternoon in the summer. We'll get up in the morning, it'll be 75 degrees, 80 sometimes, very humid, usually not 80 in the morning, 75-ish, and then it'll get hotter and hotter. By 2 o'clock, it's 92, 93. It does not get up to 100 degrees. The technical temperature will be 92 or 93, and then the humidity will make it feels like 100 degrees. The rain in the afternoon, you actually start to look forward to it because it kind of breaks it all up. It kind of ends it. I did live in Texas a long time ago for a very short period of time, and I lived in Austin, Texas, and it drove me nuts because it would be 100 degrees all day long, and then at 9 o'clock at night, it would still be 100 degrees. Here in Florida, it's different. At 9 o'clock at night, we're back down to the 70s. I usually plan my summer days. I try to get anything really active, anything I'm going to do outside. I will do it in the morning as early as possible. And then from 2 to 4-ish, I try to be inside, or actually even during the rain, obviously. One thing I really try to do is if you want to see property in the summer, I try not to schedule showings from 4 to 6:30 because we get hit with those really hard rains. Now, I've done it. I've shown property in everything, every kind of weather except snow. What happens is you can't see the views. It's really disorienting. These rainstorms tend to be really bad, and then they clear up in a half an hour. So if we can avoid that, that's what I attempt to do. In the winter, in dry season, which is December through June, typically that is a beautiful time to be in Florida. That's why a lot of snowbirds use that time. The temperature drops often October or November. It really depends every year, but we'll drop down. You wake up in the morning, it's in the 60s. In the afternoon, it's in the 70s. And that lasts for a good 6 months. And usually it's pretty sunny. I usually tell people we have 2 or 3 days of winter. We'll have 2 or 3 really cold days, sometimes 2 spurts of 2 or 3 days of very cold days. And those cold days will be in the 40s in the morning and then get up to the 50s or 60s. Typically during dry season, we are desperate for rain. We are not desperate this dry season. It has also been very cloudy and chilly. Even when we get a 60-degree day, typically, which I think of as cold, just to clarify, 60 degrees cold. It's sunny, so it doesn't feel so bad, but For the last couple of weeks, we've had cloudy days and 60 degrees. It's miserable to me. Now, I work with a lot of people who come from other areas and they tell me about all the snow they're having. And of course, I see it on the news. You do get much more sensitive. How this affects you as a homeowner, I will tell you, especially as a second homeowner, you need to know in the summer it is wet and sunny. That means that everything is going to grow like crazy. You cannot leave in the summer and not have somebody taking care of your lawn or taking care of your landscaping. It will grow out of control in the summer. Also, when you plant things, if you do it yourself, one thing I see a lot of is people take these little plants and they put them close together because they're little, they will grow quickly. It's not a problem in Florida. Everything grows. In dry season, things grow obviously much slower typically, if it's not this year, because of the lack of rain. What I see in the winter or the dry season sometimes with people with pools, we do still have warmer weather or enough sunshine. We get not as much rain. Your pool can evaporate in this time because you're not getting water in it, and the sun, basic third grade science, the sun will evaporate the water. They sell automatic refillers for your pool. You just plug a hose in and then it hits a certain level and water fills up your pool. If you're not going to be here at certain times of year, especially in dry season, you want to put one of those on. But typically these are our weather patterns. We're not seeing it this year. Who knows what's going to come of this? I know it's very cold up north. I wanted to do this video because I have worked with a lot of buyers lately who are almost confused by our weather. I don't think this is going to be the future of Florida. I think we will get sunshine back. It's just kind of a freak instance this year. And I, for one, am very tired of it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next week.